What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to work on getting the injectors back in my truck, finally wrapping this project up. I know it's been a long video in the making, but we're going to wrap up getting the passenger side all put back in, and we're going to go ahead and start the truck today and take it on a drive, go over everything about these injectors, get the new tunes loaded in, go through all that. A couple things I want to talk about too at the beginning of this video. Some things I left out, some key takeaways I left out of the previous video, just because I was so excited about getting this put all back together. So I'll go over those a little bit as I'm going through the video. Some things that worked, some things that didn't work. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead here, dive into it, and get the truck running. Last video, as you guys know, we got the passenger side all thrown back in. That was the easy side. This side, especially on the 20s, I noticed on the 17 through 19s it is not a major problem, but as you guys can see in here on the passenger side, all this wiring, the ECM on the 20s is right in here. All this wiring, hot side pipes in the way of getting to it. On a 17 through 19 truck, all this wiring in here is not there, and it's a lot more easier to get to the injectors. This side's going to be a little bit of a nightmare. There's also another torque spec that I forgot to mention about getting the injectors put back in for the hold downs. It's 89 inch-pounds, but also you're supposed to take an angle gauge or whatever it's called. I'll grab that real quick and show you guys, and then do another 70 degrees on that. But without further ado, let me grab that. We'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll get the side thrown in. Here is a tool in question. So what you want to do is get this on here. You're going to take it, jam it up against something, and then twist it. So you're going to torque it to 89 inch-pounds to hold down. Then you're going to put your wrench on here and spin it to 70 degrees. This side, like I said, the passenger side is going to be easy to do. The driver's side is going to be a nightmare, but we'll make it work. So without further ado, let me go ahead here, throw in the passenger side injectors, and wrap up that side. I forgot to show in the last video was those copper washers that came with the injectors. I'm going to show you guys really quick. Would not fit on. As you can see, I don't know why, but these ones that came with it that I used for the return line would not fit on here. No matter what I did, they would not go on. Now, what I ended up doing was going to the dealer and buying all new washers from them. This is the part number here for them, as you can see, and these ones slid right on. And I also don't think the ones that I used were meant for the rail, the return line. So this is the part number for that, as you can see. Those are those ones. So that's what I did. I just changed that up just so I wouldn't have any issues. Those definitely were not the right ones for the return lines. I took those back off, and for whatever reason, those would not go on. Finally, all wrapped up here. For the time being, I put the return lines back there, as you can see, all the way back there. I did show that like a few videos ago, but there's the feed line for the injectors and the return line. I temporarily just put those back together. You're supposed to sneak the heat shield down and on, but if the heat shield's on there, I won't be able to see if they're leaking or not, so I want to be able to start it, examine everything. Then I'll just do the two quick disconnects on that line again, take it back off, just disconnect the hot side pipe, that's one bolt, and then just slide the heat shields back on and get all that stuff tightened back up. Same thing on this side, I left the heat shields off, just because with the shields on here, you won't be able to see the injectors, and I want to make sure that nothing's leaking. And yeah, so basically this truck's ready to fire. I'm gonna go ahead here right now, load in my new tune for the 100 overs, then we'll start it up. Okay, so we got the new tune loaded, so what I'm gonna do now is cycle the ignition a couple times, and try to get some of the air circulating back through the system here. So let's go ahead and do that quick. So we'll hold the ignition until it turns green. Alright, we'll go ahead and, now that we did that a couple times, we'll go ahead here now and try to start it up. Maybe it starts, maybe it doesn't. a little bit more throaty. I didn't think it was going to change the sound too much. It didn't. It just seemed like there's a little bit more rumble to it. It did take a lot of cranking over to get this to fire. The thing that sucks on the 20s is it's push button. So when you hit that button, you let go, it just keeps cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking. You can't stop it. You just gotta keep hitting the button. That's what I did, then it finally stopped cranking. So it's a little bit weird in that regards, because if you have a 17th or 19th, you just turn the key off. Because with the push button, it automatically does it. But you heard the air. I did cycle the ignition probably 4 or 5 times. I heard all the air coming through the fuel filter get bled out. But like I said, it did take a little bit to start up. But now what we're gonna do is go ahead and check for leaks. I'm gonna do that really quick off camera. Hopefully there's no leaks. One thing that is kind of an issue on these after you do injectors is sometimes the hold downs don't stay on the injector and it blows the injector back out. That's one of my concerns, but I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. I'm not sure. I heard that they have like ARP hold down kits for this. I'm not sure if they still make those. I tried looking into it and couldn't find anything. But I know like last year people were talking about that stuff, but like I said, not too many people are doing injectors on these for it to become a problem yet. But the passenger side was an absolute nightmare trying to get this injectors put in over here with all the wiring. That angle gauge, I wasn't able to put it on there, so what I did was I just put the wrench on there and I twisted it till it felt tight. You definitely don't want to over torque those bolts because they are pretty long. You don't want to stretch them, so I was just very careful when I did that. But let it warm up here for a couple minutes and we'll check for leaks. I just let the truck run for about 15-20 minutes. I checked over everything just to make sure there's no leaks and it's good. One thing I want to talk about too quick is my mirrors. I kind of talked about this a little bit in the last video, but I wanted to paint match these myself. But Daytona literally being I'm leaving in a week, I didn't think I would have enough time to paint match those to my liking, take enough time and get those the way I would like and put back on the truck. The LBZ has been taking up so much of my time. Been working on that constantly. I just want to be able to make that truck safe for the ride down to Daytona, because it does have 400,000 miles on it, and I did blow a brake line out on it once. So now that I'm going to be towing almost 15,000 pounds, I don't want another brake line to blow out on me and put me in a situation that I don't want to be in, or accidentally take out somebody else. That's the last thing I want. And like I said, the LBZ's been taking up a ton of my time to put all new brake lines on it, brakes, fuel lines, a whole new front end idler pitman arms, as you guys saw. But also today I wanted to take this out on a test drive, but of course it's pouring rain outside and I swear I can never catch a break. And I just don't want my doors filling up with all types of rain, dirt, and everything of that sort. So you know, with the 14 wides, it just throws everything up here. But I guess since we can't test drive the truck today, we'll do that in the next video. We'll get the mirrors put on, we'll test drive the truck. We'll go over my new trailer that I just picked up the other day. That I'm going to use to tow down the 20 with the Daytona. So without further ado, let's go outside and we'll check out that new trailer. Alright, so as you guys can see, it was pouring out before. It's raining right now a little bit, so I'm going to try to make this quick. This is the new trailer I just picked up. It's a SureTrack. I ended up getting a 30-foot one. I really want like a 20+5 gooseneck to be able to tow down, just because goosenecks do tow a little bit better from what I heard. But a lot of people are telling me to get a deck over, which I ended up getting. But this is a 30-foot one. It does have the mega ramps, which is nice because it's hard to find a SureTrack with mega ramps. I really wanted these. Has a 5-foot dovetail on there. But yeah, this is what I ended up picking up, and the LBZ is gonna haul down the 2020 with Daytona. So like I said, I just wanted to throw this in here a little bit at the end just because we couldn't test drive the 2020 due to all this rain. Like I said, it's soaking wet out here. But yeah, that's probably about it for this video. Alright, so that's about it for this video, guys. I basically done everything that I physically can today. I threw in the new trailer a little bit at the end. Let me know what you guys think about that. Be sure to leave this video a big thumbs up if you want to see the 2020 next week with the new injectors, go on the first drive. And also too, let me know down below who's going out to Daytona. Maybe we can link up down there and we can meet up and take some truck pictures and just hang out. So if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. Like I said, be sure to leave this video a big thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Stop this conversation.